I've got a few color correction hair scenarios. I've got this one right here that is a gold copper. To color correct and cancel out that gold, I would add like a blue purple into it to ice it out some. If she wanted to go lighter and do some highlights, I would definitely do that to add some dimension so it's not this flat same color. But violet and blue is going to be good for trying to cancel out that orange and yellow type thing that's going on here. So I would probably use a 7T. 7T would be good to use on it. I would try 7NCH. 7M may even be a good option. I would just show her those options. If it's like too gold and you want to really cool it down, those would be good options for her because of the tones canceling each other. So if she's got this kind of orange, yellow, orange, directly across from that is blue, violet, and 7P would probably actually be perfect for that. 7P or 7NA, now that I'm really thinking about it, because that's directly across the circle from yellow, orange. So yeah, let's see if we were to, I don't know how the spin thing works. The point is that it's across the circle, so it should work. We also have a highlight bleed situation, which we don't actually have because I'm trying to be extremely cautious of that. But if I do have a highlight bleed situation, and this is the colors, probably that 7NCH natural chocolate is going to be good for this because that base level is right there, and when the lightener bleeds, it just looks like a big old spot, and that NCH would be good at bringing it back to that chocolatey color instead of having highlight bleed marks, which I don't really, I mean, I don't have, but in here I could have done a root tab with the NCH, and that would have softened that line of demarcation. So that would be a good solution to color correct for this girl. Also, she doesn't have any highlights up underneath here, so I would add those some in as well. Framing the face, and just a little bit in the back, not too much in the short stuff, but definitely on the sides of the occipital and down should probably be lightened, and that would be pretty flattering, I think. We also have a green situation. This is one of my cosmetology dolls. I just got it out of my trunk. So it is green, blue, and purple. So if she was wanting to go to a natural color, I would have to use the Redken Pre-Art and the cleansing cream to try to strip as much of the extra color and build up and all that I could before trying to get this color out, which so it depends on if she wants to be lighter or the same level. Since this is the fashion color, it is, I wouldn't want to put another fashion color on top to try to cancel it, because I feel like that would be the wrong thing to do. But at the same time, you want to do what you can. If she doesn't want the blue, if she doesn't want the green, then you're going to have to strip as much of it out so that when she goes to wash it, it's not going to still be up underneath there as strong as it was. So to strip that out, I'd be using Redken Colored Gel Oils Clear with 20 volume, and try to get all that color out of there. Wash that out and see where it gets us, and then decide what my next move is once I get to that point. I could either lighten some more and then go for the correct color, but really when you're trying to get rid of this kind of blue-green that's in the root area, directly across from that one is the red-orange, so you would actually be adding that in there once you try to like remove all of this out. I wouldn't try to go too light with it because that's really a risk. I would suggest for them to try to keep it at like a darker level, just because the hair did have to get lightened a good bit previously to take on this color and actually have this color show up. So do I want to put more lightener on there? No. To color correct this one, I would, it depends on it. I feel like in here this is a little bit too much is going on, so I would take some of that out and definitely low light it back down to match this kind of like cherry cola base color, just because she does need some help. She's a cosmetology doll, and I would go through and I would darken all of this back here down because she did get highlights before she got a haircut, and now it looks kind of patchy and crazy, especially with chunkier lights under there. It just doesn't look as good. It could be darkened. So yeah, I would use like a 6RB. I think that's what I would use, and I've got a chart here of all the Redken Shades EQ colors. So yeah, 6RB is like a red brown, so I would mix those. I would mix that together and kind of bring it back down, break it apart, and even it out, make it look better. If she doesn't want any more red, maybe I wouldn't go with the 6RB. This is permanent color on her hair already. It's Pravana. So with the permanent color, I would have to add some probably moss or ivy, 6GN moss. I would probably put 6GN on there because it's got the green yellow background, but it's also really light. This is really deep. So it would probably be a wise idea to mix like 6GN and 6ABN. Because since this is red, it's directly across from green, and there is green and yellow in the 6GN moss. And it's a blue pearl tone, but it's an ash brown, like, I guess that would be underlying pigment, would be like an ash brown. If she was trying to get rid of all of this, then you would want to use blue, green, and green. Not necessarily yellow, green. So I don't know, this would be a hard one for me. Because red is hard to get rid of. It's hard to kind of dull down and stabilize, especially when it is permanent color that is on top of previously lightened hair. So you don't want to make any really like risky moves, but I would try to keep with a chocolate brown because it's hard to cancel out red, so why not try to just like complement it? But it really depends on what the client wants. I would also throw in a haircut.